everybody, and welcome to the Quiet Bookworm Plays with Yarn podcast. I'm Hannah, and I'm a student at the University of Liverpool. As you can tell, the background is a little bit different. I finally got my Hawaiian flag up, and I'm very happy about that. Miss Hawaii, so yeah. So top of the episode, I'm just gonna say, next week there will not be a video from me. This is because it is Edinburgh Yarn Festival and I will be up there instead. But the week after there should be quite a few videos. I am planning on vlogging, and so hopefully I'll have a vlog for each day, but no promises on that. I haven't quite just figured out how I want to vlog it and what kind of content I'm gonna have for it, so we're just gonna play it by ear for that. But next week there should be quite a few episodes with the vlog. Depending on how much stash I get, I might do a separate episode for the stash, and then there will be, of course, the normal episode for the following week. But for next week, there will be no episode. I apologize for that. I've been quite busy with, not necessarily knitting, but with properly finishing some of the objects that I finished a while ago. I borrowed a set of blocking mats because I really wanted to have some of these blocked out and ends woven in for Edinburgh. And the first one is my Humbug Shawl by Nordic Stitches, and the yarn is by Stranded Dye Works. It's the vintage Christmas colorway, and this was my Christmas cast on. It's definitely a very light shawl, good for spring. Very different from what I'm used to wearing, which is the Find Your Fade shawl, and that's just a monster that I just wrap and wrap and wrap. So this is nice and light, good for spring, and very pretty. I'm very happy with how it came out. But yeah, so that is officially finished, not just finished knitting and off the needles, but blocked and ends woven in as well. It was really enjoyable. It was a very easy knit because you just repeat the sections. So great for knit nights and just watching TV. The other one that I finished is, hold on, let me fold this up, is the Beast, as I have called it. It's my Oracle shawl. And this is the full Oracle shawl, not the half moon Oracle shawl. This took a while to block out. But Kristen does put that in her, in the notes, in the pattern. So it basically said, stick a movie on, get your pins out, get some tea, and sit down and block it. So it's the Oracle Shawl by Kristen Lehrer, and it's done in all Wool and Vine yarns. This one is, and it's the Volca base, so the merino cashmere nylon base. This one in the center is I Am No Bird. And then this one is Dead Calm. And this one is Paranormal. And I had so much fun. I have no idea how to wear this because I don't usually wear my shawls like over my shoulders like this. I tend to wear them like scarves. And this one just kind of eats me if I try to do that. It's just, ugh. New style, new fashion. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to wear this. But I am planning on bringing both of these and my Find Your Fade to Edinburgh because I really want to show them to Kristen. She's seen my Find Your Fade on Instagram, and she even reposted it when I originally put the photo up. And so I just want to be like, look what I made with all your yarns. But yeah. So this is the Oracle shawl. And I did make it within the time for the knit along. So my edge is wobbly, by the way, because I think I did my cast off too loose. Like before I blocked it, it looked very much like an octopus. It was all like, and I did not have enough room on the blocking mats to just make this flat. So I kind of gave it this little like zigzag to the edge. I made sure I did that evenly so it looked nice. But it came out really nice. I'm very happy with it. I can finally wear it. Yay! So, finally can wear it. So, in news of finished objects that I've actually finished this week and not just blocked and woven in my ends, I can't remember if I shared these on last week's episode. I might have, or I might have been in the middle of one and shared the other one. But I finished my 4 coasters. The ends are all woven in. They're not blocked or ironed because it's cotton. So blocking, you really need to iron it, and I don't have an iron. But they're little leaves. And they're so cute. And this was in the 100% cotton from Sostren Gren, which is kind of like, it's sort of like IKEA, but without the furniture, in Chester. And it's a fun store to go to. They have like a whole wall of yarn, and it's mostly all cotton. They have a couple of wool blends, but it's mostly cotton yarn, and it's super cheap, and so many colors, so many colors, and so I went with these 4, and now I have coasters that match my decoration, match my color scheme of my living room. Woo! And on to, I feel like I should have had some water or something. My voice is all croaky. I had a presentation earlier today for my dissertation because, yay, master's degree. So I am so very, very, very close to starting the ribbing on the end of my I Am Groot cardigan, which I realized I was saying that Mary Annarella is, I think in a couple of past episodes I said Mary Annarella dyes marionated yarns, and that was wrong. I don't always pay attention to Instagram names, apparently. And they tend to come up quite close to each other when they post. And so I think I just thought they were the same person, and they weren't. And I apologize for that. I was mistaken. So they are 2 separate people doing 2 separate things, but both with knitting. So Marianne Arella, I think her design company is, I'm not even going to, never mind. I'll probably get it wrong. But this is part of the Cardigans of the Galaxy. And this is the I Am Groot. And this is where I was last week. And I did quite a bit. And then this marks 17 inches. And I just have to do 2 more inches, and then I can do the rib. and then the neckband and the sleeves. I'm so excited. I really, really, really wanted this done for Edinburgh, but that's not happening. Yeah. I completely misjudged how long this was going to take me, slash misjudged how much schoolwork I was going to have. And how much I wasn't going to have because strikes. So, yeah. Um, I had to take a little bit of a break on it just because I was getting tired. But I'm almost there. It looks fantastic. And so far, it fits very well. I am still quite nervous that I don't have the right stitch gauge because I didn't actually wash my swatch when I swatched. I started it and I swatched it when I was traveling with my mom in January because we bought all the yarn at Loop and I was too excited and just wanted to start. So I swatched and did like a pseudo, well, if I block it, I will block it to about here, and that gives me this many stitches. And when I do that and I measure it here, if I measure it just flat, I don't get the right amount of stitches, but if I stretch it to how much I think I'll block it, then I get the right amount of stitches. So I think it works. It fits. That's the most important thing, even without blocking, and as it is, it fits quite well. There seems to be enough room in the arms, and it's not like super tight across the top, and there's still going to be, I think, an inch for the neckband. So I think it'll be fine. It might not be as slouchy grandpa style as it's supposed to, but I have odd measurements, so it makes it sometimes weird to do the math. But yes, that's where I am. And before I forget, I will move the stitch marker up because I always forget to move the progress keeper, which, by the way, my progress keeper is a little Pikachu, gentleman Pikachu, if it wants to stop focusing on my face. Focus on, you get the point, it's the gentleman Pikachu. Oh, the yarn for it is Blue Sky Fibers in their wool stock, which is their worsted weight base, and it is October Sky is the colorway. So yeah, I'm very excited with where it's at and how it's going, and I just want it done because I want to wear it. Hopefully I'll get to the ribbing and hopefully get the neckband at least put on the needles so that when I take the train to Edinburgh and when I'm in Edinburgh, words, oh boy, Edinburgh, it's easy knitting and I don't need to look at the chart because I'm almost done with the cables and I feel like I should have it memorized, but I don't. I don't. I've got the edge ones memorized, but that's only like an 8-row repeat, whereas the chart is a 24-row repeat, and I don't have that memorized at all. Edinburgh plans. I did sort of talk about this last episode where I said I don't really have specific things I want. I know I want to get a couple of sweater quantities, and I decided yesterday to sit down and have a look at Ravelry, and get a couple of sweater patterns. So I purchased 3. I purchased the ranunculus sweater pattern, which I didn't realize, but really only requires 1 and a bit of skein, of fingering weight yarn, and I really wanted to cast that on. I was like, oh, I could probably do that with the other skein of dead calm that I have, but it's not quite enough. I need like a skein and then a bit from another skein, and I do not have another skein of Volca based yarn in DeadCon, because that went into the Oracle shawl instead. So that's going to be a goal, is to get 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn in some color that matches, that will be used for the ranunculus. And then I bought the Wintersol colorwork pattern by Jennifer Steinglass, and so I will be looking for some yarns for that. And then, what was the name of the pattern of the other one? Oh, the Ramona card. I can't word today, apparently. The Ramona cardigan is also another pattern that I purchased, and so I will be looking for yarns for all of those. I'm not sure if I will get all the yarns for all of them. If not, that's okay. I have the patterns, and I'll get yarn eventually for them. And I still have planned that I want to get another single ply yarn to go with the one that I bought from Stranded, which is like a really light blue color. And I want to do something with brioche with that, because I really liked doing the brioche on the Oracle shawl, and I've been wanting to do something else with brioche, but I'm not really sure what. So if you have a pattern that it has brioche and looks really nice and uses 2 skeins of yarn, please tell me. Give me your suggestions. I would be very happy for that. So, yes, books that I am reading. I am still working on Equal Rights. So, still working on Equal Rights and Oathbringer. I've been having to make the decision between doing schoolwork and then working on knitting and working on reading and playing video games. So, I've not done as much reading because I've been working on this because I want it done. I want it done before it gets too warm. Like, I don't think it'll be too hot, like where I can't wear a cardigan at all, but because it is 100% wool, it might be very warm. And so I want to be able to at least wear it for a couple of days before it gets too warm to be able to wear that. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you have a good weekend, enjoy knitting, and yeah.